All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. Say hello to Ren and Stimpy, Powder Toast Man, Log TV, and Choo Choo, and let's get started with today's video. Beast mode, that's what we've got here in front of us. This is the Spyderco Subvert. This is my first time reviewing it. This comes from White Mountain Knives. You guys know I'm an affiliate over there. If you use my code, which is KnivesFAST, you get 10% off most things in stock over there. Not all knives, some of them are excluded, but that is a great deal, 10% off and free shipping with code KnivesFAST. And then Justin sends me some knives to check out, which is really cool. This is the Spyderco Subvert, and there it is. Now, what's hilarious here is he was originally sending me the Sprint Run, which it was the 20 CV and carbon fiber version. And then it sounded like he didn't have as much stock as he thought, so I sent it back. And he sent me this one, which is the standard one. But the funny thing is, on his site now, the standard is out of stock, but the Sprint Run, when I'm recording this, is in stock. So that's super interesting. Again, the Sprint Run is carbon fiber, which felt really, really nice in the hand. This G10 does as well. But the carbon fiber had a really nice feel, contour to it, felt good, and then it was a 20 CV blade, but I didn't get to cut with it. In this case, we have an S30 blade. Well, okay, no, it's out of stock. I already said that. And it's an S30 blade, and these run about 403, and then the Sprint Run runs 420. So very interesting. All right, I know it's 1:45 and I'm just opening the knife, but I had to explain all that. So we've got this ridiculous knife. I mean, it is big and thick and just crazy thick. Look at that. It is a thick beast of a knife, and it is very, very interesting. Now, this is one of the Taichung Spydercos, so it is made in Taichung, Taiwan. And again, we have S30V blade, big, thick G10 slabs. Look at that, sitting on top of the frame, because I kind of say this is sort of a bolster locky thing, because you have thicker, I mean, these aren't really, I guess they're liners, but to me, it's more like a frame with G10 laid over the top of it. But, you know, you can look at it either way. You do have a lanyard hole, kind of small. Your pocket clip is only on the right side, is tip up, and you have a lot sticking out of the pocket. But it's a big, thick knife, so if you're carrying this, you probably don't care. And it is easy to get out of the pocket because of that, but man, it is slender this way, but it is a thick boy in the pocket that way. So very cool. You have gray hardware there, tooled on both sides, a little bit of hardware here and there, and an open, except the back spacer, open construction. And let's see, do we have, yeah, there is some milling in there for weight reduction, but again, if you're carrying this beast, you probably don't care. And let's see. So I usually do all my comparisons with the Rat 1 and the Rat 2, so I just wanted to start by showing you how thick this guy is. You guys know the Rat 1 is not a small, thin knife, but look how much thicker the Subvert is to that. And then if you want to go to the Rat 2, it is way thinner than the Rat 2, as you can see there. So really interesting, big, bulky knife. Now, when you flip it open, again, I can't, let's see, can I? Yeah, I sort of can. I mean, if you give it a lot of wrist, but I can thumb open it very easily. You've got this kind of diagonal satin finish on this kind of recurved, upswept, I don't even know what you call this. You know, not a straight back, because you have this crazy banana curve here. You got, it's a crazy knife. You have a typical Spyderco hard plunge with a sharpening choil there. In this case, it's done that way very well. And man, if you want to talk about room for days, you can choke up to here. You can go back here. But again, you are going to feel that clip in your grip. Trust me on that. It is not yeah, a hot spot, but we have hot spots to talk about. Maybe the clip is not a hot spot because of the other hot spot. So here's the deal. This is super flat right here, as you can see. And so what they did is, unfortunately, when they did that, they did not chamfer that very well. That is very flat right there. Now, this is okay. There, I'm not really feeling that as much, but back here, it is digging me there. It is digging me there. Very thick. But if you give it a looser grip, it's not so bad, but man, is it ever thick. We'll talk about specs. Matter of fact, let's do that real quick. Let's run through specs because it's very important with this knife, with the size of it. And I'm sorry for all the noise. My computer is going bonkers over here. All right, so this is a 9.25 inch knife overall. The blade length is 4.125, and the thickness of the stock is 0.15. So it is very thick. You can see it narrows down at the tip, and it is a full flat grind, which means it still comes down to a decently slicey edge. CPM S30, they call it a drop point, which is interesting. 5.10 inch handle. The handle thickness is, get it guys, you ready for this? 0.76. 0.76. So wow. Most knives are in the 0.4 to 0.5, something like that. And this is 0.76. It is a 6.15 ounce knife, titanium frame / liner. So again, they're calling it frame, which is what I would call it. And it is basically 2 titanium frames and, you know, the G10 laid over the top of it. That's the way I look at it. It is designed by Natty Amor and produced in Taiwan. And unfortunately, and again, guys, I mean, we all can make guesses. I think it is running, just looking at it, I think it's running on washers. They do not tell me in the specs. Again, this is a $400 knife. They do not tell me in the specs, but I believe it is running on washers. I know those of you who know are going to tell me I'm wrong, and that's okay. But I believe it to be running on washers. And again, your action, you can see it is more of a nice hydraulic. Again, big, heavy blade. Shake it a few times, and it kind of very smoothly drops down, which is what leads me to believe it's washers. And again, it is a big, thick beast, and it is a cutter. So, yeah, I mean, you're not going to have any issues cutting with this knife. Are you kidding me? It is a beast of a cutter. If you just are looking for something to hack away, I mean, I'm not, this is a loner, but I mean, I wouldn't feel weird around a campsite. First of all, this would be good for food prep. Second of all, I could see it as a kind of a chopper for some firewood. And it is, I mean, you can see there, your lockup is about 45 to 50. Your lock bar access is chamfered, you know, you do have to dig a little bit, but the lock bar moves pretty easily. I don't have, let's see. Well, there's a tiny bit of lock stick. That's funny. It wasn't there. It kind of seems to have, yeah, it's developed a little bit of lock stick. There may be some oil in there, but again, it's a loner. Little bit of lock stick, but not bad. As far as lockup, yeah. Yep, solid as a rock. No issues there. Just a fantastically built knife, which is what we expect from the Taichung Spydercos. But yeah, it's just a freakish beast of a knife. Just crazy. So let's just do our full-on comparisons here, and then we will wrap this up. Don't forget, check it out at White Mountain Knives. All right. So the Rat 2 is going to look silly, which it does. And the Rat 1 isn't going to be too far behind, but it's going to be a little bit behind. You can see there. But thickness-wise, I mean, the Rat 1 may be 0.5. This is 0.76. So no way do I have something on the table thickness-wise that would compare to that. And that's what this thing is supposed to be. So thank you, Justin, for letting me finally check one of these out. I've wanted to for some time. I appreciate that. White Mountain Knives, Justin is a great dude, and if you ever need customer service, he is going to take care of you. Period. End of story. So there you go, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of the big giant Spyderco Subvert. And do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and share if you can. And thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.